Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Too Long Didn't Read Dota News. We've got the final roster for the Frankfurt Majors for you guys, an update on MLG World Finals, which is currently ongoing, and the other Dota news from the week to catch you up on. Now, for the Frankfurt Finals, we already knew the 8 invited teams in EG, Secret, VP, Vega, CDEC, Vici, LGD, and eHome. And last week we gave you an update on how the qualifiers were going. So for the Americas bracket, C9 actually looked like they had a pretty not so good chance of making it through the qualifiers, but they managed to win every single game after their shaky start on day 1 and make it in first place through the America qualifiers. The surprise second place finisher is actually Team Unknown from Peru. As far as other regions go, Alliance had a great game I'll tell you about in a second, and Monkey Business is the second place qualifier from Europe. From China, we've got Invictus Gaming and Newbie, and then from the C region, we have Fnatic and Mineski, so we don't see either of the MVPs at this Frankfurt Majors. Now, for that Alliance game, they were significantly behind, battling up against NIP. And this screenshot I'm showing you is later on in the game. Alliance managed to 5-man fully team wipe NIP and really turn the game around. Haus tweeted out that this is the third largest comeback ever. Alliance were down by almost 30,000 gold. So it would seem that Alliance is back. The Frankfurt Majors will be held, no surprise, in Frankfurt. It was being run by ESL. It will go from Monday, November 16th to Saturday, November 21st. Now, the stadium seats about 10,000 people, and Saturday is the only day you actually need a ticket to get into the event. Now, moving on from Frankfurt, let's talk about these MLG World Finals that are currently happening. So there were 4 invited teams. Actually, I'm sorry, there were more than that. There were several invited teams and a few qualified teams. So the teams at the event in Group A are Evil Geniuses, Monkey Business, Virtus Pro, LGD. And then in Group B, we had MVP Phoenix, Team Secret, Cloud9, and CDEC. Now, the way that these groups worked is you have matchups between the teams in each group. So EG versus Monkey Business, VP faced up against LGD. Secret went against MVP, and Cloud9 went up against CDEC. The winners of these each face each other, and the losers face each other in a double elimination style group stage. So Monkey Business and VP moved forward as the winners, and Secret and CDEC moved forward as the winners as well. So the second stage of the bracket, you'll see that the banners outlined in red, these are actually elimination matches, so the teams that lose these are unfortunately out of the tournament. So after this is, I believe, finished up yesterday, we see LGD and Cloud9 removed from the tournament, with VP and Secret knocked down to the lower brackets in their each of their own groups. So that left VP up against EG and Secret up against MVP in a final elimination match to determine the last 2 teams that would make it into the semifinals happening today. So this resulted in actually EG winning over VP and Secret winning over MVP. Now, with the VP-EG games, they were actually incredibly action-packed, with VP leading for quite a while in, I believe, all of the games. And EG just playing incredibly disciplined and able to have very good decision-making and really turn the games around. Secret came into their games with a plan to just shut MVP down early so that their natural aggression couldn't really accomplish anything for them. So those 2 teams, Secret and EG, joined Monkey Business and CDC in the semifinals, which again are currently happening today. The first matchup is Monkey Business versus Team Secret, and then the second matchup is CDEC versus Evil Geniuses. Now, these semifinals are single elimination, so any teams that lose will be out. Now, in other news, there has been an announcement about Navi. Now, Navi is a team that really goes into the hearts of a lot of Dota players. We love to watch them. We followed them. They've been around for a long time. And unfortunately, this week they announced that they will be disbanding their Dota 2 roster. So I think this is kind of a hard hit for the entire community. And it'll be interesting to see where these players go and if Navi chooses to pick up another roster. Now, in maybe slightly less depressing news, Virtus Pro has actually received an investment from USM, a very large Russian company. And Virtus Pro played very well at TI. They've been invited to a lot of major tournaments since then. And USM has decided to invest $100 million into the Virtus Pro organization in order to help expand the esports scene in Russia. So I think this is really exciting and will hopefully just boost esports production and knowledge and awareness and popularity and everything in hopefully a lot of ways. And maybe we'll see this kind of investment spreading to other regions, especially if this turns out to work really well. Now, in game-related news, Zeus's remodel has been previewed to us by Sir Belvedere on Reddit. So Zeus has decided to abandon his Mario stage and look a little more like Anti-Mage, maybe work out a little bit. So this is not in the game yet, but hopefully we'll be seeing it soon. And that is all I have for you guys this week for our TLDR. Next week we will talk about the results from MLG and give you some summit updates and then any other team information we have for you. So we will see you guys next week.